Broadcasting from Lerner and Rowe Studios, this is AZP365, your home for Arizona sports conversation. Here's your host, Jose Garcia.
This is a landmark week for Arizona high school sports. It usually is around this time of year. Welcome, prep sports fans, to another episode of the AZP365 podcast. Today marks the start of a pilgrimage to the Madhouse on McDowell, the Veterans Memorial Coliseum, the iconic championship destination for Native American high school basketball fans. No other high school sport in our state attracts as many fans as Res Ball does. The energy the Res fans bring is pure electricity. It'll be on full display Saturday in one of the two most anticipated AIA championship games this season. Tuba City, backed by its throng of fans, will attempt to knock off the number one seed, Snowflake, in the Copper Division Girls Final. The top seeds in the Boys Copper Division, Santan Charter and Valley Christian, also advanced to their championship game. This week, we went inside the huddle with the four Copper coaches still standing to help preview their marquee matchups. Tuba City is back in the big game again, and so is Coach Pete Butler. They are after their first state championship in 24 years. Coach Butler, you graduated from Tuba City. How special is this for you, your high school, and your community as well?
I think it's very special. Anytime you can get a team into a state championship game, the community rallies behind it, and it's a big thing. You know, I experienced this 24 years ago, and it was a big thing. It was monumental at the time. The communities are rallying behind us this weekend. You know, and being an alumni of Tuba City High School makes it even more special.
Let's go back to the turning point in your season. You faced off against your state opponent during the regular season at home, lost just by a point, but things seemed to turn after that game for you guys, leadership-wise. Tell us about what happened in that game and how it's helped you toward the tail end of the season.
Going into the game, we kind of knew that Snowflake was going to be a really tough opponent. We prepared the best we could, and at the beginning of the game, we were intimidated by their size, their speed, their strength, and again, they're a physical team. Took us maybe a quarter, maybe 2 quarters to finally get into the rhythm, and the girls finally realized, I think we can play against them. We can challenge them. Eventually, we took a lead with about 3 minutes left, a 4-point lead, and we made some crucial errors at the end, giving up the ball, which led them, Snowflake, to score the 2 points to go ahead and win. After the game, the girls expressed their feelings and their thoughts about the game. That's when Layla Curtis, as a freshman, stood out and says, I can't do this by myself. I need your help. I need everybody's help in order for us to win. So from that point on, she became a leader as a freshman. She really, asked the team, let's do this together. Together we'll win. But I need the commitment from each and every one of you to do your part, as part of teammates and be successful. So that was a turning point, and we learned from that. And that's probably about the time when the girls finally accepted the fact that, our freshman's going to lead the team. We might as well run with her and have her lead us. And they adjusted really well with that. It became a good turning point for us positively. The girls bought into it, and they jumped behind Layla.
Layla is certainly the talk of the town, not just in Tuba City, but also throughout the state.
Yeah.
And for her to step up after that loss says a lot about her as a person. As a player, this is going to be our first opportunity to see her in person. You've seen her already since the summer. What does Layla bring to the court?
Layla brings a lot to the court. Although she is young and a freshman, she has a wealth of experience playing basketball. She spends her summer in the Valley playing with her club team. So she from that experience that she's had, it's carried on to our program. She's been playing against high school girls since she was in sixth grade. Through the development of her club coach, Ephraim Sloan. Her dad also had a big part of developing her as well. And character wise, she implements the whole concept of being a team player. She is very humble, and she's always whatever interview she gives, it's always she always compliments her team. She always has some good things to say about her teammates. One of the statements she always makes is, it couldn't be this couldn't happen without my teammates. So she's really, a humble girl. She's far beyond her years, and she's got a good career ahead of her.
That's great to hear. And when we're talking about our teammates, obviously it takes more than just one player to get things done, especially once you reach the championship game. Aubrey Begay, another vital factor, another vital player on your team. That senior leadership that she brings. Tell us about her a little bit more because I know she's going to be key come Saturday.
Yeah, Aubrey is she's been on this varsity team for about 4 years now, since she was a freshman. She's plays a big part in our success. She is a vocal leader as well, alongside with Layla. She has expressed her feelings, as the season progressed, and how we all need to come together and work as one. She's you know said had said statements about, this is my senior year. I want to go out on top. Not only us as seniors want to go on top, but I'm sure that the underclassmen want to go on top, and just a lot of encouraging words from Aubrey. She understands the game. Her family's just all into basketball as well. From her, I coached her brother a few years back, and it goes all the way down to there's a couple little young ones left to come up. So kind of excited for that. Her experience, says it on her own. She commands the court well when she's on the floor. In fact, we played Winter Rock, and Layla had a tough time, and she got into foul trouble. And Aubrey came and says, I'll run the point. Let me run the point. And usually we usually have her as a four man, but she took the reins, ran the point, ran it well, ran the offense well, and that's just taking the bull by the horns and say, you know what, I'm taking over. Follow me. We'll get through this. And that's Aubrey. And again, she's a very experienced player, and she's right now she's talking with I believe South Mountain. There's a possibility she could go there.
We congratulate you on the run that you're making. We can't wait to see you guys in person on Saturday. I know the fans are going to be there. I know it's the number one and number two seeds. We salute you, congratulate you for making the state championship appearance in the Copper final, Coach.
Thank you. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time, and thank you for having me.
This segment is presented by the Fiesta Bowl, celebrating excellence on and off the field while creating unforgettable moments for athletes and fans across Arizona.
We welcome in Coach Bergen. Coach, what a season you're having. 30 wins already, the number one seed. It's not over yet, but what a fabulous year your team is having.
I never, when we started the year, this certainly wouldn't have been what I would have predicted, but just seems we just keep coming one game at a time, and now we're to the end and probably achieved a little bit more than we thought we would, but we got one big one left, so we're excited to play Saturday.
And in that big game, you're going to get the number two seed, Tuba City, a team you've already faced during the regular season. Take us back to that regular season matchup because you traveled there. It's not an easy place to play at, obviously, but you eked out a 1-point victory in that game.
Yeah, it was a very good basketball game. We led most of the game. They had a little bit of foul trouble that they had to. The Curtis girl got in foul trouble early in that game. We got up by 15-ish in the fourth quarter, they made a run and took the lead, and then we pulled it out in the last 20 seconds or so. So it was a really high level, excited game. So I'm sure both teams came away from that thinking that we might play again in this game and that it would be a pretty competitive, high level game. So it's kind of feels like it was meant to be.
You mentioned the freshman, Layla Curtis over at Tuba City. What a phenomenal year she's had. But I know it takes more than just one person. We'll start with Layla, but also that Tuba City squad and the problems that they present for your team.
I mean, Layla is certainly a special player. She does a lot of things really well, especially on the offensive side. Her ball handling is good, playmaking is good, as well as her ability to score. Every time that they're, I think they at their best when Begay plays well with her. Also, number 5 in her name escapes me, and I'm usually better than that with names.
But she gives people nightmares. I heard she's pretty good.
Yeah, they have a number of players that can play. And so they get out, they play fast.
Yes.
They're in transition quite a bit. All 5 girls can score the basketball. They're one of the more well-rounded teams. And so, it's much easier as a coach to prepare for 1 or 2 than it is to prepare for 4 or 5. So
a lot of great weapons on both sides. And one of those weapons is Raya Denhalter, the heart and soul of your offense. She only averages 12 points a game, but she can take over a game. And you have plenty of depth as well. So there's a lot of people who are contributing. But talk to me a little bit about Raya and what she's done for you, not just this season, but last season as well.
Raya kind of rises to whatever challenge that we have at the moment, and whatever we need done is what she kind of takes care for us. Last time we played Tuba City, it was early in the season. We needed a boost offensively. I think she went for 23 or 25 in that game. So she has that capability as well. She's one of our best defenders, if not our best defender as well. So anytime we run into, a really good, maybe wing post combo player, Raya will get that assignment, take care of that as well. When we've run into foul trouble with our point guard, Raya jumps in and runs the offense for us. So she just, whatever we need from her, she does it. She's, I think she's our second leading rebounder as well. So she contributes in every facet of the game. She's a tremendous leader as a senior. She just really high standards for herself, and then she does a really good job with her teammates as well. So she's made this season enjoyable. From a coach's perspective, she's a dream. No issues. She's a straight A student. Everything you can say about her is positive.
Another great teammate, Tay Hancock, and the job that she's done this year. I think she's the heart and soul of your defense.
Taylor and she's our point guard as well. And so she handles a lot of stuff that kind of goes under the radar. I think she's 6th on our team in turnovers. So anytime your point guard's taking care of the basketball like that, it allows us to run our offense efficiently. She does most of our play calling on inbounds plays and our sets and things like that. But again, she's another person. And then she'll pick up the other team's best guard, and she typically plays full court, 32 minutes. And she's kind of sets the tone for us defensively. So she's another kid that every coach would love to have her.
What do you tell your team? Because your fans are definitely going to be outnumbered, because Tuba City's fans, as you well know, they're there almost every day and almost every game, and they bring it day in and day out.
It'll certainly be different than any regular season game we've been involved in this year. We did go to Tuba City. We do go to Alchese. We've been to Winter Rock and Chinley and Page in the last 2 years. The last 3 years in the state tournament, though, we played Alchese and Prescott that was standing room only. 2 years ago, which most of these girls played in that game, we lost a double overtime game to Chinley that was a sellout. Then we got Ganado last year. So it's not as unique for us as it probably is for most, because we've dealt with it the last 3 or 4 years. But there's just a different feeling this year, the anticipation. I mean, I a couple of podcasts that I've been listening to, people on the reservation, I mean, they're saying this is the best game 1A through 6A to go to the state tournament and watch. So this one feels a little bit different. But what we tell our girls that we control what we control. And once the game tips off, it's just a basketball game. And we just have to go play. Everything on the outside stays on the outside. We take care of what we can take care of. And with our senior leadership, again, their third year in a row being there, I expect we'll be excited. We talk about, embrace the nervousness. It's just a normal reaction. If you're not nervous, there's something crazy about you. But once the game goes, just go and rely on what we've been working on for the last couple of weeks, and everything's going to come out all right. So certainly we're going to want to get out early and not let that crowd get into that game. But we're excited for it.
Healthcare can be complicated, but your coverage shouldn't be. Banner Aetna brings care and coverage together, making health a little less stressful. Banner Aetna, your official health insurance partner. Need a ride that goes the distance? Valley Toyota delivers dependable vehicles and award-winning service. No gimmicks, just great cars. Valley Toyota, let's go places. Strong minds matter. Talk Now AZ gives students and families access to mental health support because checking in is just as important as showing up. Talk now. Talk often.
Coach, back in the championship. I believe it's your 12th appearance in 29 years. What's helped you so much along the way? I mean, it's very rare to see this accomplishment by your staff and this program.
Well, we've had a lot of really good players. I'd be remiss to say our staff doesn't work hard, but we've been blessed to have a lot of great families, great school support, and kids who put in the work. So, great players help a ton, that's for sure.
Continuing with the numbers, you haven't lost a 3A game since 2023, I believe. If you win on Saturday, you're become the third program in our state history to win 5 in a row. I know they're numbers to you, but do you think about that? Do you think about the legacy, or is it obviously you're just thinking? I think about Santan Charter.
We're just trying to do Santan Charter this time. It's too big of a chore. Those are all fun things to think about later when you're done coaching and all of those things. But right now, we're just focused on Santan Charter.
Unlike, I think, the previous 4 or 5 years where you were the number 1 seed, you're the number 2 seed going into this, I get the feeling you're a little bit of the underdog going into this one, even though you're the 4-time defending champ.
Well, Santan Charter poses some big problems. They are very athletic. They returned all their players. We didn't. So it makes sense that, they're the 1 seed. They've gone through and had a great year. They've beaten some really good out-of-state teams. They've beaten some really good in-state teams. And certainly, we had our struggles right around Christmas time with a couple of out-of-state schools that we had Freedom Games in. And so it makes sense, records-wise and the accomplishments of this year's team. And just with the kids that are returning that, they're probably favored. But I think, we're preparing and, putting a game plan together that we think we can give us a chance.
One of your returning players, Colby Jessup, what he's done over the last 2 seasons, a little bit different this year, a little bit more, maybe 3 points more than last year, but the rebounding, what we've seen from him on that side of...
Well, Colby was a late bloomer. I mean, it was pretty evident when he came in as a freshman. He's grown a lot, size-wise and strength-wise, and Colby's an incredibly smart basketball player. And the ball has been in his hands a lot more this year than it was last year with Carson last year, with Luke Shaw before that. We had other facilitators, and Colby was a recipient of getting the ball from them. This year, Colby's had to be that distributor some of the time, along with a couple of our younger point guards. But Colby also just has a knack for the ball and is willing to do what he needs to do to help this team be successful. And part of that was rebounding. And, this summer, our bigs weren't around a whole lot, so Colby almost had to be our main inside guy all summer long. So he learned, the hard way without having some of our bigger guys around. He had to be a good rebounder for us to be successful.
Also back is your great coaching staff that you've had. And I was there during your state semifinal game. You've been at it for 29 years as a head coach, but it seems like you got multiple head coaches because you allow your assistants to coach even in the huddle.
Yeah, Coach DeBoer came on, 5 years ago when he moved, after he moved down from Washington, and I said right away, you've been in the shot clock area. Come in and run our offense. You understand what that looks like with a 35-second shot clock, and we were always a continuity type offense, with a few quick hitters here and there, but the shot clock was going to change that. So it was important to me to get somebody in who had experience with that, and I let him run the offense. He does a great job with it. We wouldn't be where we are without that. And I have a former player of mine, Clay Suzic, who he is an absolute film superstar, and helps me to run the defense. The two of us run it together. He runs a lot of things by me, but I've given him access to make the changes and to do the things he needs to do. I felt that having two guys that were really focused on a singular area of the team really could help us a lot. So between Coach Roger and his son Jaden doing the offense and Clay and I doing the defense, I think we've been able to maximize our strengths.
And that says a lot about you as well in terms of your leadership, allowing others, giving them the autonomy to handle things. One of those coaches as well who's on this journey with you is your son. I think he's been there for 2 or 3 years. Yeah. What's that like? I mean, what's that relationship like? And then also to be in the championship game.
It's a lot of fun. Great memories. I was able to have both of them on a team that won a championship. That was a lot of fun. But both of my sons were incredibly smart basketball players. And Shane doesn't usually talk a lot in the huddles during the game, but he's a very, very smart coach and will offer a lot during practices and outside of practice, just talking with dad and son a little bit too. So it's always special when there's family involved.
The matchup itself, Santan Charter, the top 2 seeds in 3A. I think from the beginning we were looking probably this would be the matchup we would get. Yeah. Now that it's here, your thoughts?
Well, I think everybody wanted the matchup other than us, but simply because we do see Santan being a really, really good team. But I think this is what the people in the small ball wanted, and I think it's a great opportunity for people to see that. I mean, you always want the Yankees and Dodgers, and you want the Celtics and Lakers, and this is certainly just high school ball, but it is the matchup that I think most people wanted to see, and they've wanted to see it the last couple of years, and now this year they finally got that opportunity.
Should be a great one.
Yeah.
What a career. We'll talk a little bit more after the state championship game. I know you're busy. You're also the athletic director here. Yeah. Thank you so much for allowing us to come by.
Absolutely. It's been a joy, and appreciate the support the AIA has always given us.
This segment is brought to you by Raising Cane's, home of the craveable chicken fingers, signature cane sauce, and fueling fans and athletes alike.
We're here with Coach Crooms, who has really put Santan Charter on the basketball map. 5 years, already won a state championship. Looking for a second one coming up right here, hopefully for them and their program when they go up against Valley Christian on Saturday. Take me back first to the semifinals. Slow start somewhat, but the way you guys flipped everything around, it was so special to see how your team performed in the second half.
Yeah, no, our boys they woke up, right? We had a slow start, uncharacteristic of who we are, but realistically in the second half, we had a good talk at halftime, and they came out just ready to go. Defensively, we put our foot on the gas, and that leads to our offense. So when that happens, it's fun to watch, and it's a special team.
5 years at Santan Charter. We were talking here before the interview. From California originally. How did you land at Santan Charter?
Just through people that I knew on the club side of basketball. They brought me over, do middle school stuff. And then I ended up working myself up from the middle school bench to the assistant on the high school bench. And when Coach Free left, we had some guys who were here. I needed to stay with them, and we've just built from there.
I take it last year's experience of what happened in the semifinals. You guys wanted to get to the championship game, suffered a little bit of a heartbreak, but did that help you out this time around?
Yeah, 100%. I think a big thing for us was just the details and everything that we did. And last year, we let a lot of stuff go. So there were moments where we didn't have clarity on the court, and we just scrambled and would just kind of figure it out. But this year, it was just, we've drilled everything. We've watched a lot of video. I've said it a lot of times, but we ran miles before the season just to build our mental toughness, which I think we lacked last year, which this year, I mean, you see in the second half, we didn't let it phase us, and we just came out stronger in the second half. And I think that was due to just everything that we've done this year in the preseason to get us ready for these moments.
Going up against Valley Christian, and I believe this is the first time you guys are going to meet.
Yeah.
Since the start of the season, it looked like this is what was going to happen toward the end. Yeah. Just the way the two of you were playing, Valley Christian's history, the talent that you brought back. From a fan's perspective, to have the top 2 seeds and see you guys make it is awesome to see. From a coach's perspective, tell us what is like going up against the 4-time defending champ.
Yeah, we're excited. We've wanted to play this game, whether it's in a championship, regular season. We've wanted to play the game for a long time because they've led the small ball, right? And even when we won the 2A title, they still won the 3A. So we're looking at small ball. If we want to be the best, we know we have to beat the best. And we know the coaches over there do a great job. Their players do a great job. They're just a steady program. And that's really what we're aspiring to be. So to get there, we got to knock them off.
Yes, sir. You talked about the players. Let's talk about a couple of them on your team, beginning with Jace Benjamin. Suffered some injuries, suffered another one in the state semifinals. He means a lot to your program. He's probably one of the heart and souls of this team. Where is he at, and what do you expect from him come championship game?
He's healthy. He's ready to go. Just a scare and just fighting injuries all year, which made it a little tougher when he tweaked his ankle. So he'll be ready to go. We expect a lot out of him. He's going to defend, be himself, be the heart, like you said, and just play hard for us. So he'll be ready to go.
Obviously, I know Valley Christian is going to zero in on Mr. Payne Lubach. Since day one, he's been performing at a high level. He's a junior, but if you look at him, some folks, if they might be looking at him for the first time, I think he's in junior high, but he's definitely not in junior high. The way he's performed for you since day one. Yeah. Tell us all about Peyton and what he's brought to your program.
Yeah, I mean, Peyton, like I told you before our interview, Peyton has been with me for a long time. So I've seen Peyton from his middle school to elementary school and just be the guy that's kind of been overlooked because he was smaller than everybody else. And then you see him play and everybody's like, uh-oh, like we ran into a problem. So what a lot of people are getting to see now is stuff that I've seen in practice, seen in games, and seen on trips for a long time. And he's been special. So it's cool for everybody else to get a chance to witness it now. And he's playing at a huge level. Like the way he's been playing this year is, I think he feels like he had some making up to do from last year because he didn't play his best. It was kind of all over the place, but this year he's really stepped up to a huge level, especially with Jace going down. We haven't missed a beat.
I saw you during the semifinals and the connection that you have with your kids, and I know you have a relationship there with Peyton. Tell me a little bit more about the connection between the two of you.
It's just a trust thing. Like I said, with us being player coach for so long, like he knows that anything that I tell him, it's in his best interest, right? Whether it's something he doesn't want to hear, whether it's praise, he knows that like I want to see him excel on the court, off the court, whatever he's doing. So we have that connection to where when I look at him, I'm like, hey, it's time to put your foot on the gas. He knows it's time to go.
Santan Charter, way out in the East Valley. For folks who may not know much about your program, it's on the rise, it seems like. The football program is doing well. You got the leadership in place. What would you like folks to know about this school?
We have great admin, great staff, great coaches, great kids. Like we can play in every sport that we have. Our basketball has had a chance to help lead the way. And then with football, volleyball, baseball was, I want to say, close to a championship last year. Soccer as well. So we have great athletic programs over here and just a great overall school that I think will continue to be on the rise over the years. So.
It is. Second time already in the championship game. Congratulations on all your success.
Appreciate it.
Should be quite a battle come Saturday, right?
It'll be fun.
Quick timeout. Because injuries don't follow a game clock, Banner Urgent Care delivers fast, convenient care so you can get back in the action. Banner Urgent Care. Urgent care when you need it most. Your money shouldn't ride the bench. America First Credit Union helps you save, spend, and plan smarter so your finances stay in the game. America First Credit Union. People helping people. Pre-game meals shouldn't slow your team down. EG's team meals are protein-packed and easy to coordinate. Share a 3-foot sub with your team, or enjoy half or whole subs by the dozen. No prep, no hassle, so you can keep the focus on your game. Order now on eat.egs.com. From carpools to clutch moments, Nissan is built for every drive. Reliable, innovative, and always ready to roll. Nissan, innovation that excites.
It's a busy week for the Copper finalists, so we appreciate the time that each coach gave us this week. But the Copper finals aren't the only championship games on the agenda this week. We'll have more on that when we return.
This segment is brought to you by Banner Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine partner dedicated to keeping Arizona athletes healthy, strong, and game ready.
Welcome back as we wrap things up. 12 more gold ball trophies also will be up for grabs on Friday and Saturday in basketball and soccer. AZPreps365.com will have reporters at each of those 12 AIA games. The big school basketball and open soccer tournaments also continue this week as they head towards next week's final countdown. As for us, our time is up. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. We'll be back next week to preview the Open Division basketball finals at the Madhouse on McDowell.